So come on in, take a sip, let's wind down, and today we're doing it with an Endersbacher Tollinger, and this is a very pale red, has a fantastic dry finish. It's got a more of an acidic rather than a tannin aftertaste, very smooth and really very silky, balanced. On the nose it's tart. You think it's like a starburst or something that's going to make your cheek kind of tingle, but it's just fabulous. And as you can probably see right here, you can actually read my class ring through this wine. It's not a deep red at all. It's a very, very pale red, but it's very refreshing, and it's high on the acid and higher in the alcohol just from the flavor. I don't actually know what the alcoholic content is, but I can tell you it's going to be higher than what I would average, what I would average my regular drinks, red wine in the evening would be. So this would be a fabulous one for, afternoons, evenings, summertime, or really any time, but definitely refrigerate. Yes, very good. So we've got ourselves a Friday grid. Friday means the penultimate day on average. Usually it's the second hardest puzzle of the week, and this one is constructed by Adrian Johnson, edited by Joel Faliano. Our very best is always to Will Shorts, L'chaim. And let's jump into this grid and see what we got. Why not? So we're going to start off with a mollycoddle. With 4 letters, all I can think of is to baby or something, right? Oh, whatever, it's probably what it is. Hindu gentleman, that is a babu. I might as well put baby in there because that sure seems like what it's going to be. Let's just check this Y. Crimean town of 1945 headlines. Shotzi and I were just discussing this a while back. This would be Yalta. And it was just funny to us. We were discussing the fact that you have Churchill, you had Roosevelt, and Stalin deciding what to do with Germany and the rest of Europe. What a crazy place and time to be, I'm assuming. Okay, so a booster perhaps, part of the military brass. Well, what do you think? Bugle? Yeah, bugle? I mean, it sounds like something. It's got a question mark. And this booster looks like it's going to be an alum. So maybe a spy's assumption would be maybe an alias. Let's check this. Powerful DC lobby informally. Who could that be? Big Pharma? Well, it's going to fit. So we'll see if it's Big Pharma, but I'm thinking this is an alias. So I think the spy assumes an alias, right? Unless you're Bond, James Bond, Commander Bond. Nostradamus was supposedly a seer, a bit of a prognosticator. Let's see, claim in court. What do you think, Shotzi? Harm? You claiming harm? I'm gonna claim. What do we got? This hyperbolic ordinal. How about umpteenth? For the umpteenth time. Yeah, exactly. That's not hyperbolic. Certain chess tactic. I guess this could be a pin, maybe. One might be reached at a summit. I mean, is this a D? Shipbuilder's tool. It sure looks like it could be. I think we got ourselves an ads, and so I think this might be a peace deal because I really think this is certain chess tactic is pin. I know my chess pretty well, and I can't think of anything else ending in an N that's 3 letters long. I could be wrong though. If you know something, let me know. Let's make ourselves smarter. Let's be a systems thinking learning organization. Let's make this channel highly reliable. So, peace deal, I think I said. Peace deal. Okay. So, they often have multiple horns. I'm determined to figure this out for some reason with 1 letter in the middle of it. Multiple horns. Oh, it's probably going to be really crazy. In transit could be sent, I'm assuming. Comedian Griffin. Oh, man. Boy, did she get in trouble a few years back. I always thought she was funny. They often have multiple horns. I mean, Frankfurter's cry. How about ach? Ach! I can't do a really good impersonation of a Frankfurter screaming ach unless I got really loud. So, part of a slider. I don't know. Intensely focused. Maybe in the zone? In the zone. Auto zone. Part of a slider. So we've got compete in a summer Olympic sport, maybe to fence. And Crayola's Atomic Tangerine and Shocking Pink. I'm assuming these are neons. Do you know?
Yes.
Neons. Okay, very good. All right. Well, actually, if that F in there now, it is, right? You know, they do have some strange way of just cropping up, you know, one after the other. So part of a slider, I guess they're looking for like maybe a beef patty. And we'll check this P here to make sure that we're not, you know, on the crack pipe. But I mean, peaks, squeak, a yip, maybe? I mean, Emily's List, for example. I guess they're a political action committee. Not to be confused with Angie's List. Exactly. Blank never sleeps. That's Citibank. City never sleeps. That's funny. Like it's going back to film noir or something. And honestly, I think they often have multiple horns as ska bands. I mean, because I'm just like, what the hell? What's the ska band? Well, without that D and that S, I was thinking Scabanos. I mean, I don't even know what this word is, you know? I mean, I couldn't. Nasty fall. How about sleet? Something made just for show. I guess that'd be a set. And that means the chicken or mashed potato is a dance. Everybody's doing the mashed potato. Swear words. How about I promise? I promise. I promise you. Garden swimmer. Koi. Will it be a K, normal, or a C spelling? I've seen them spell both ways. Never can tell. Bajos, opposite. How about alto? Bajo being low, alto being high. Was awful. Well, this K, I don't think of anything. It's not going to be the C. I think it's going to be stunk or stank. Which one? Which tense do you think, my love? Stank? Well, I think an A and an L makes more sense, right? And I think that's a good thing, too, because I think it means a lot to me. That's what I would put in there, which is why I should be on Wheel of Fortune. But I would never. I'd just be spinning bankrupts left and right. That's my luck.
Don't bring bad energy your way.
No bad energy my way. No, it'll be good. Bootlegger Busters. I'm hearing that soundtrack to The Untouchables. Bum, 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 bum. I'm thinking T-Men. As in Elliot Ness and the Treasury Men. I guess this is before women were T-Men. I mean, just Treasury agents now. It's leavened with sour milk. I think I know this is soda bread. It's the only thing I know that's leavened with sour milk. But let's get some more. Rembrandt and Sargent, notably. And well, I know we are artists here, but I would imagine maybe portrait artists. What female yamas do to show disinterest in a mate. And I think they're spitters, are they not? This is all crossword is. I don't have a single class in zoology. I don't know anything about koalas and being closely related to wombats other than crossword is. Just stuff you've learned over 33 years of doing crossword puzzles, right? Essentially what that boils down to. They don't really know anything about animals at all, you know. Learned a lot about dogs and stuff like that through the crossword. I mean, I would never care less otherwise. I mean, just agency that helps startups. How about the Small Business Administration? That sounds like something I might know a little bit about. Ice cream or cake? Response, perhaps. This would be Shotzi's answer. Both. Both, please. Would you like ice cream or cake? Yes.
Warm cake.
Warm cake with the cold ice cream. So yeah, I think these are portrait artists. That's pretty cool. You know, art history, government, economics. These things I might be able to discuss. Literature, Elizabethan poetry, anything like that. Astrophysics, we can have a conversation, but animals I know nothing about. Deep fried Latin American fare. And then, what do you say? Let's just go with an empanada. And there's a lot of food in this one. Good thing we just had dinner. Keir Starmer and others. I guess prime ministers. English prime ministers. White peg in battleship. Miss. Line from a blame shifter. That wasn't my idea. It wasn't my idea. I don't know. It's pretty. Unless it was a good idea, and it's absolutely my idea. So how about take a seat, give to the blank thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise. And that is to the ant. And I do believe this is soda bread. Okay. I can silent my phone. Well, there we go. I'll get back with Carl later. Okay, so what do we got here? Jerry's car of choice on Seinfeld. I'm just going to assume it's a Saab. I mean, I don't know what else that would be. Things touched by touchy topics. So maybe raw nerves? Raw nerves? Yeah, that's what I think. Split one, maybe trimming. Maybe a split end. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I trim my hair every day. I get my hair trimmed every single day, as a matter of fact. In the shower. Where the malleus and incus bones are found. Well, you forgot the stapes. Or, I'm sorry, you've got the stirrups and you got whatever, but the stapes, right? That goes with the serous and malleus. Grand could be regal. Can't believe they left the stapes out of there. Where's the dignity and respect in that? No fairness at all whatsoever. Transient. I'm thinking ethereal. And it looks like it's going to fit. Ethereal. Is it not soda bread? Maybe it's not transient. I don't know. Or maybe it's not ethereal. Could be ephemeral? No, try that. Try that one instead. Treetop. Oh, I gotta put an E there. So a treetop dwelling, and that would be an airy. Often in crosswords, they refer to those as eagles' homes, you know, kind of a thing. Surrounded by, how about a mid? Subject of the classic song lyric, I'll see you in my dreams. Ah, it reminds me of my opa. I used to sing that all the time. Couldn't carry a tune in a bucket, but it was always funny when he did. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll see you in my dreams. Burrell of the Food Network. No idea. I'm assuming it's an Ann, though. Or an Anna. Unsullied environment could be Eden. And lean toward, yeah, that would work. That would be a tend. Roman goddess of childbirth is indeed Diana. And that feels okay. I don't know if I feel like I fat-fingered something somewhere. Giggle. I was just at the computer store. I don't be aging me out here. Giggle, syllable. I think this probably would be a he, as in he. I mean, so awful. Shade akin to mauve, and we've got a P, so I'm thinking pink or puce. We don't know because both of them are going to be 4 letters. And I can't fit fuchsia into 4 spaces. So I'm convinced it's pink or puce. Youth-centric magazine spinoff, and I'm assuming this is Teen Vogue. I'm assuming, and it gives me puce, I think. And it is an ugly word for such a beautiful color. Like it belongs, it's like it needs to be a gray. It's gray or green. Puce sounds like something that you get like lava rocks or something, you know, like just boring, drab lava rocks with holes in them. Competition with many missions. Got a race of some sort. I don't remember the New Zealand greeting. I think this is maybe like a space race because of the competition with the emissions, but I don't know at all. Con. It's probably what it is, but I don't want to put it in there and be wrong like I was the other day. That still hurts. It hurts. It pains me. Well, I thought it was going to be, whatever, the triple word tile or whatever, the triple score. Yeah, I mean, it was wrong.
You don't know how Scrabble works.
I've never played Scrabble, I don't think. That was probably the finish. No, I'm going to take your concurrence and go ahead and put that in. So now the con target looks like it's going to be a patsy. Where one person's trash is another's treasure. You think I'm talking yard sales? I mean, why not? So Kia Ora is the New Zealand greeting. I got to remember that. Ready for a drive, perhaps on CD. Pangolin scales, probably pretty much armor, I guess. Relative of a pupusa, and that's arepa. And if I'm not mistaken, arepa is South American, whereas pupusa is Central American. I think it's the same dadgun thing, though. Faux finish. How about faux pas? And so with that, how do we do, Bob? I don't remember for sure, but I think this is better time than yesterday's. We were kind of horsing around here, too. So, look, I mean, it was a challenging grid. There's no question about it. But I think once you get a few of the tricks down, you know, like, you know, wombats or something. I mean, like whatever it is that you might just remember from a puzzle back in the day. I mean, that kind of thing. And, you know, I always approached it, though, if I didn't know and I had to look something up way back when, I would turn it into an actual field of study for myself. I mean, I would look it up. I would try to use it 4 times in a sentence the very same day. I mean, I try to really commit it to memory. I wanted to use puzzling as an opportunity to learn, right? You know, to make myself not smarter. I figured I was paying enough for my college education for that. But I really wanted the puzzle to make me witty and clever. And I think it might have. Because where else can you make fun of puce? I mean, you know. Well, obviously, art galleries and cocktail parties. That's where you do it. So, but really a pretty good grid. If you're new to the grid world, if you're a new solver and you haven't been around very much, yeah, I mean, I can see this being a good hour-long, you know, exercise. But on the whole, I would say this one would be ranked as a medium, you know, I guess on average. I'm sure Rex Parker called it easy, and he has every right to. He's the 8th fastest solver on the planet, so I mean he can say what he wants to say. I don't even know how people can make their fingers work. And when they're these competitions, it's all handwriting. I mean, it's not even like they're typing. I mean, that's crazy stuff to me. So good on them. Never me. So let's go ahead and politely thump you out of here with all due respect, because it was a clever grid today, and I would say it was medium challenging for the average solver out there, and there's nothing wrong with that. And so again, we had a wonderful comment last night from one of our viewers who suggested we mic up Shotzi, and I completely agree. And we've got 2 sets of mics here that are great. Collar mics would be perfect for it, but the problem is they plug into phones. And so I'm going to have to get a set of collar mics that actually plug into the computer directly and not into the, you know, whatever the lightning cable is or that goes to the iPhone. So,
Sorely disappointed.
Yeah. So, but I did stretch a mic back to her, so hopefully it picked up something of what she had to say. I'm hoping that's the case. In the meantime, though, let's go ahead and ring that bell. Let's bring down our see you later slide. See ya slide. And until we see you tomorrow for the Saturday grid, maybe early, maybe normal. Not quite sure what we have on the schedule. But I do have a lot of work to do on the channel. We got to get a website out, and we've got to kind of get some other stuff set up with that. So things are on the way, including some really cool T-Shirts, etc. And in the meantime, though, wir wünschen Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch, auch einen Abend und Wochenende. Ich schätze Ihre Zeit. Dankeschön. Servus. Grüß Gott. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Ciao. Cin-Cin. Be well. We'll talk with you soon. Bis morgen.